whoa. Those aren't pineapples. What's going on? You are tuned into Midweek Football with Two Foot Talk. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. Oaks had his tooth pulled, and it's not going very well, to put it lightly. I'm pretty sure he's on that NyQuil and sleep schedule at the moment. So I'm going to be the one breaking it down for you guys. It's going to be a lot easier for me to just skip around as well, since not all the teams, the games even matter. I think Group E is already figured out, so nobody really has to play. We really just get to look forward to the two teams fighting, but I'll get into that for you guys. First things first, we're going to go over, and we're literally going to look at Oaks' tweet. This is going to help us. It's going to be a nice guideline here. Make sure you guys go follow my man Oaks. If you aren't following him already, he tweeted out a little Excel spreadsheet type of deal, and then wrote little, like, mind you, it's in Okanese, so you got to use your brain a little bit more than if a normal person was showing it to you. But Oaks did hook it up. There's colors with it. It makes it very simple to figure out what games matter for who needs what. He even wrote next to it. So we're going to take a look at that, and that's going to be a little bit of our guide through the entire thing. So here it is right here. So this is what Oaks got us. Helpful UCL table for the final rounds. So this is what we got from Oaks. And blue means they secured top of the group. Well, that like cyan. Blue means they're on to the knockouts. Orange is Europa, and red means they are eliminated fourth place. So as you can see, a couple of the teams, but we got a lot of white, got a lot of work with. But Group E, we're going to be pretty much avoiding completely. But either way, let's get into it. We're going to start with Group A. It is Bayern, who have already secured top of the table. As you can see, we got Copenhagen, whatever the fuck you want to call them, Galatasaray, and Man U. Man U is, again, I told you a couple weeks ago, hey, this is a must-win for Man U, and y'all fucked around with it. And you're like, you know what? Nah, we're going to roll the dice with Galatasaray and Bayern. So let's get it popping here. Copenhagen versus Galatasaray. Copenhagen. Again, whatever you guys want to fucking say. I don't care. This one, for me, both of these, it's must-win for both of them. They have to win these games. They have to get that second place spot if they want to move on into the knockouts on top of Europa League. I think it's not secured, but you need Man U to just draw, and I think you get the European spot. So I don't think they're worried about that. Must win for both of them. It's at Copenhagen, so Galatasaray is going to be traveling. It hasn't been going super well for Galatasaray traveling, but they've also put in some great performances at Old Trafford and at the Allianz. So I don't know how you can't really back Galatasaray here. They've just been playing great football, whereas Copenhagen domestically hasn't been doing too hot. I think they haven't won in like 4 of the last 5. So if you can't even play in your own country and you got a team like Galatasaray coming, everything on the line, I don't feel that great about you. So I'm going with Galatasaray to get the dub here. Icardi again. Icardi. Arthurkalu and Icardi are my guys that I go to for props. Dries Mertens, if he's going to be fully fit and going to be playing this game, I like him for shot props, for assists. But I keep calling him Turkalu just because the guy that was on the Magic. It's like AK Turkalu. So I'm not good with the names, but I'm calling him AK Turkalu because that's a sick name. Also, I would smoke the shit out of that if that was a weed strand. But Icardi, if you're not betting Icardi goal just every game and you see a plus sign next to it, I'm just gonna start calling you stupid. Guy is lethal up front. He is the main source of their attack. He has 12 goals for them. The next closest person, I think, has 4. I love this Galatasaray attack. In the back, we got my boy Bowie, who is more known for his offensive prowess coming out of the fullback position. But Muslera has been playing good in net, and the center back duo between Bardaki and Nelson, they seem to have good chemistry there. So I don't have a lot of faith in Copenhagen taking them down here. And honestly, I don't even know how Copenhagen's in this position where they're second in the group. I would like to just completely blame Manchester United for it. But for me, it's Icardi and Galatasaray. I'll probably end up taking Icardi for 2 shots on target as well once I see a plus sign next to that. I do not think that Copenhagen has an answer defensively for Icardi. I do expect Galatasaray, and I do expect to get that future of Galatasaray to advance in my bank account. So Galatasaray, handle business. Second part of that group, and this game does still matter. Manchester United is hosting Bayern Munich. Now, I saw in the press, Ten Hag said something about, oh, it's tough coming into Manchester United. Could have fucking fooled me. Now, I don't know where he gets the balls of all teams. You're going to wait until Bayern Munich are coming to your crib to be like, oh, well, it's tough to play here. Oh, it's tough to play here. Wasn't that tough for Bournemouth? You're fresh off a 3-0 loss against Bournemouth talking about, oh, it's tough to play here. That's a weird thing to say when you just lost to Bournemouth. So, Man U, I know you guys have a European pedigree to the point where you're like, yeah, you know what? We can get this win over Bayern. And I would agree with you because Bayern has nothing to lose. Like, they're top of the group. They already clinched it. However, Bayern just got fucking embarrassed by Frankfurt over the weekend. They lost, what, like 5-1? Bayern doesn't do well with the game after. They are going to take all of those frustrations out on Manchester United. Even Bayern with a rotated team is going to be stronger than this Manchester United team. Now, again, I'm not saying it's easy to go into Old Trafford and it's easy to play at Old Trafford on a Champions League night. It's never going to be. However, after watching Bournemouth do it, it doesn't look that hard. So it just seems like a tall order for Ten Hag on top of, do we know who's going to be starting up front? Rashford, all the Rashford faithfuls are dead, apparently. Rashford has lost full faith from his coach, from the fans. Everyone's on that, oh, well, maybe if we give him time. He ain't 21 anymore. There's no more give him time. Y'all were about to give him a Ballon d'Or last season. So unless Manchester United has their front three figured out, which if I had to guess, I think it would probably be Garnacho, Antony, and Højlund, because that's what's looked best so far. I actually think Martial has looked better than Højlund, but not in the Champions League. Højlund is doing very well in the Champions League scoring-wise, and he's offering a lot offensively for them. I also think I'd rather have a bigger guy up against that Bayern Munich back line. When you look at Kim, you look at De Ligt, you look at Upamecano. It's just a lot to ask for from your very young $80 million striker who has not played in Champions League other than this season. So, Man U, you guys got a tall order ahead of you. And I do not envy you, Manchester United fans. I know after that Bournemouth, it'd be one thing if it was at Bournemouth and you'd be like, well, we're going back to Old Trafford. Unfortunately, it was at your stadium where you got absolutely embarrassed. And I think Bayern's going to take that ass beating they took from Frankfurt and put all of it on Manchester United. Tommy Tuchel ball, I don't respect it, but Bayern Munich in the Champions League has earned everyone's respect. And Man U fans, I hate to see you go out like this. I really do. It's a real fucking shame to watch Manchester United fans go out like this. But you look at the table here, and you're sitting on 4 points. The fact that you've only got one win and a draw, and you've already played Copenhagen twice is not a great look for you. I guess you need a win. You would need a draw and Copenhagen to win for you guys to get Europa League. And if Galatasaray wins, you're fucked. No, I guess no, same thing. Man, if you can get a draw, you'll get Europa League. So the best you can really hope for here is a draw. And anytime that you have your future in the hands of any other teams, it's not really a great look. So Man U, good luck. I do not envy any of my friends that are supporting Man U right now. Good fucking luck with that one. Moving on, we got Group B. So Group B, we'll go back to Oaks, guys. Group B, obviously we all know that Arsenal is going to be sitting at the top of the table here. So Arsenal are sitting on 12 points. They've already clinched first place. They have nothing to play for. I assume Arsenal is going to be doing a heavily rotated line. Arsenal don't. When I say heavily rotated, I think that midfield stays the same. I expect to see Declan Rice. I expect to see Jorginho. We'll see if Kai Havertz plays a role in it. We'll see if Odegaard plays a role in it. Odegaard is in dire need of a good setup here. Sorry, I had it on Lens Sevilla, guys. Awkward. But you're heading over to the Netherlands to play PSV, who are exceptionally good at home. PSV is in dire need of a couple points here. Wait, PSV secures a knockout with a loss by 3 or less. Oh, never mind. Well, I don't even know what we're going to be watching in this PSV Arsenal game. Thank you, Oaks, for this read along. It's very helpful. So PSV, just as long as they don't get their shit pushed in, which I don't know why they would. They're at home playing an Arsenal team that should be heavily rotated. I expect to see the likes of Reece Nelson and a bunch of guys that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that Arsenal put you on their back line. Tomiyasu is hurt though. I will regrettably not be able to watch Tomiyasu. Maybe we'll see what the goalie battle looks like in this one. But I love Luke De Jong props for PSV. PSV, I think they're going to have a sour taste after getting their asses beat when they went to the Emirates. So I'm looking at you, Luke De Jong. I'm looking at Saibati. If Pepe starts, if Ricardo Pepe starts, which Lozano was suspended currently, so I want to say Pepe's going to start. I can't be too confident on that. Make sure you guys wait for lineups. If Pepe does start, he will score. This guy is an unbelievable goal scoring for him. Even over the weekend when he subbed on for the last 15 minutes, he scored in 2 minutes. Arsenal defensively, I know a couple Arsenal fans earlier on in the season were bragging about them defensively. Yeah, they're not that great defensively, and this team is going to be rotated heavily. They still don't know who they're going to be starting in net half the time. So I lean PSV here, but I love PSV at home. I've been praising them the entire season so far. So I don't want to get too caught on my words. So if you can get PSV on any type of safer bet, like a draw no bet or something, I know Arsenal doesn't really have much to play for here, but PSV at home is just a different beast. The other side of that group, we got Lens versus Sevilla. So Lens versus Sevilla. Sevilla, the only argument I have for Sevilla winning this game, because when you look at Sevilla's record, they have 0 away wins. They have absolutely no away wins in Champions League, in La Liga. The only away wins they have are in the Copa del Rey against League 3 teams. So Sevilla, the absolute only reason that I could see them winning this game is strictly because it would put them in Europa League. And we all know how much Sevilla loves Europa League. They need a win. And I think they would need, would that beat them? I don't know how the head-to-head works, but they'd be tied on goal differential at like -5 with Lens. But Lens's home record is also very, very good. Lens holds it down at home. The props I like for this one, besides just the absurd list of injuries and suspensions that Sevilla has, I love Sergio Ramos and Rakitic props here. They're two big players that have been here before. You got to go with the veteran experience in these European games like this when it comes to the very last group stage games where you need to get a result. I love both of them for any shot props, foul props, tackle props, Rakitic to score or assist. Sevilla, very leaky in the back. I think Ramos is going to do his best to prevent that. But on the flip side, I love Wahi for any props offensively. He's going to be playing striker. He's going to be playing the 9 by himself up top, getting all the service. He's probably going to have to deal with Ramos, which is going to be a big pain in the ass, and I'll probably end up taking Ramos for 2 fouls. It'll probably be sitting around -120-ish. We'll see. If you're in PA, we out here with those foul bets. But I lean Lens here as much as I think the fairy tale story is that Sevilla get this win, and then they go on a Europa League run, and then Ramos wins another European title. Rakitic wins another European title. However, Sevilla is fucking horrendous away from home. So if you love nostalgia and you love a good storyline, go ahead and take Sevilla on a draw no bet. Now, and if you like stats, go ahead and take Lens. They're not going to lose at home to this Sevilla side. So I don't really want to take a lean in there either way, but if I had to pick, I'm going Sevilla because I love that storyline. I would mostly wait for a lineup and just take the props in this one. Moving on, the next group, we have the Real Madrid group, which, as you guys can tell, Real Madrid clinched 4-0, 12 goal differential, 12 points, 4 wins, 4 teams up, 4 down. I expect that their lineup will also be very heavily rotated. The only prop that I will give you for the Real Madrid game is I think Nico Paz is going to be starting. He's one of our wonder kids, Argentinian kid out of the Castilla. He scored against Napoli in his debut in the Champions League. I love him for a shot on target. He's going to be playing in a more advanced role in that midfield. Jude Bellingham and Rodrigo are probably also going to be starting. I'm hoping that he really just takes Brahim's spot up front, and it's just Nico Paz, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo. I don't know why we're starting Rodrigo and Jude Bellingham, but they're also young and they love playing, and let's get these numbers up. I'm not mad about it. I like watching good football. So Real Madrid is still going to. It's funny because Real Madrid will still probably win or draw this game. Union Berlin's not going to win this. We're at the White House at the Bernabeu. I also don't care if Real Madrid loses this, but it'd just be very hard to see Union Berlin being like, you know what, guys, let's get up for this game. I know we fucked every other game up in this Champions League run, but what about now after we're already pretty much mathematically eliminated? I think we should get after it right now. So we'll see what Union Berlin wants to do with that one. Again, Nico Paz. We'll have more picks for you guys when the lineups actually come out. On the flip side, we have Napoli versus Braga. This is scarily closer than it needed to be. Napoli's sitting on 8 points, so they advance with just a draw or just not losing by a shit ton. I think Oaks has it right here. It says secure knockouts with a loss by 3 or less. So as long as Napoli just doesn't fuck it up, that's where we're at with this. They're also a much better team. They're at home. They're coming off of a pretty bad wait, is this the one that came off a bad loss? Now I need to go check, Napoli. You're making me second guess. Yes, they just lost 3 games in a row now. Mind you, very hard opponents. You lost to Madrid, lost to Inter, got your ass beat at home to Inter. And then you go and you lose to Juve as well. A little bit of a bounce back game here. I do think we're going to see a little bit of rotation from Napoli. Nothing crazy, though. Osimhen will still start up front. I'm going to take all the Osimhen props. He hasn't scored in the last 2 games, so you know he's got to be getting a little pissed off about that. I expect him to have a little chip on his shoulder. Special K as well. We haven't seen a Special K Osimhen link up all season, it feels like. So I think that's well overdue. Braga, you're sitting on 1 point and 1 draw. You're playing great in the league, though. I hope you're enjoying still sitting behind Sporting, Benfica, and Porto. It's not like anything's changed here. But Napoli should handle business against them. And again, just loving Osimhen props. I don't know how you don't take any Osimhen props. Every time I watch him run on the field, it just looks dangerous. Moving on. Next one we are going to Group D. When in reality, Group D, the only thing that we have to play for is top of the group. And then we're going to see if Benfica wants to completely resurrect their European season and earn some Europa League football. So top of the group, though, both of these teams just what a fucking showing from both of these teams. Inter, even on the comeback against Benfica when they thought they had the group all wrapped up. Sociedad just laying beat downs left and right. Yeah, this is actually, if both these teams give a fuck about, now I've always come from the place of I don't care what place we get in as long as we are in the knockouts. Maybe they really care about first place. Maybe they're trying to avoid Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Manchester City. I can't blame them. So there is something to play for here for that top spot, so you don't have to play one of those guys in the next round when they do the drawings. This is tough because Inter at home. Inter is just in some absolutely ridiculous form. I also said that before they went and played Benfica, where they had to crawl back from like being down 3-0. Sociedad, on the flip side, has just been body bagging teams. They have been absolutely handling business. They did tie Salzburg 0-0, which was weird. I don't really have a good excuse besides subbing and the starting lineup a little suspect. I think Kubo didn't start that game. But Kubo scored last game. Kubo's hot. I'll probably keep running up Kubo to score assists. I'll be looking at Martinez lines for Inter. Thuram, I think, is playing some absolutely fantastic football. I like him to score assists as well if we're going with a full-strength lineup here. Any type of Barella shots you want to do, count me the fuck in on them. Kalangulu shots, Mkhitaryan shots. I think anyone in that Inter midfield where you can get a good number on their line is worth it because they all love jacking for chicks. DeMarco, still my boy, still integral down that left wing, getting between getting assists and getting chances created. And I'm not sure if Cuadrado or Dumfries is going to start. Apparently Dumfries is hurt, but it says mid to late December. I don't know if they would risk him for this game. I don't really think it's worth it. Ali Cho, Mendes, and Berenchea are also out. So we'll see exactly what Real Sociedad does with that front three. I'm not sure who they're going to be putting on that left wing. It looks like it's either going to be Oyarzabal or Zakharyan from Russia. But Sadiq, he's actually been doing very well the last few games. He's been getting involved in the attack. He's got 2 goals. So Hopefully Kubo can make them look good, but I lean Inter here at home. The Spanish teams usually travel very well in European football, except for Barcelona. They fucking suck. But Sociedad has been handling it, and yeah, I mean, just give me player props on this one. If you want to take a side here, though, by all means, I lean Inter, but I think I'll just take props and enjoy the game. You know what I mean? Flip side of that, Salzburg versus Benfica. You guys get to play for a Europa League spot. That's so awesome. I'm really looking forward to that for you. So Salzburg take the European spot. They go to Europa with a win, draw, or just not getting blown the fuck out. On the flip side, I actually think Benfica could blow them the fuck out. Benfica needs to win by 4 in order to get Europa League football, and Benfica has the attack to do it. We're looking at a team that has João Mario, who is on every single set piece, taking for shots on target. The number has been fucking dumb all year. I don't know what they're doing with João Mario's shots on target and shots being that low. It just seems just it doesn't make sense to me when you have a guy who takes every set piece and the penalty kicks, and you're putting to take 2 shots at plus money. Why would you do that? Just 2 set pieces and you're done, as if nobody fouls in the Champions League. Rafa Silva, another one. He's been just the center, playing at the 10. He has been the center of their attack, creating everything, pulling up shots from outside the 18. So I love him for shots outside the box, shot on target, multiple shots to score or assist. And then you got Di Maria on the right wing also. The only problem with this Benfica team is they can't figure out who the fuck to play up front. Now, before it used to be Petar Musa, and he looked like shit. And then they put some who is it, Taron Get or something. They can't figure out who they want to play at striker. They're at the point now where they might as well just throw João Mario or Rafa Silva up there. They have not been able to find a replacement for Goncalo Ramos. The last guy that played was Tankstead, who is sitting on 2 goals this season in 10 matches. So we're not really looking at the striker. We're looking at the midfield and the attack between Silva, Di Maria, and João Mario. And if you do look at the striker, tell me what you know that I don't know. I would just fill me in. Finally, we're going to the group of death. We are going to Group F. Now, if you can see right here, somehow, some way, Dortmund, who I would consider the worst team out of this group, is sitting at the top of the group, and they have clinched first place. The only thing they could really do now to get their guys up for this game is if they win, they would eliminate PSG from UCL. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds pretty awesome. Hey, guys, Kylian Mbappe, that guy, Hakim Ziyech, Fabian, just start listing off names. Yeah, knock them the fuck out. No big deal. So I don't know if Dortmund cares like that to knock a team out if they want to play spoiler. That seems like more of an American thing between NBA and NFL playing spoiler. But I would love to fucking see it. I lean PSG on this one. I really just still, to this, I've been proven wrong multiple times by Dortmund, but then I watched them play and I'm just like, I don't see it. I really don't. Tough one against Leipzig, played a man down, but they did lose. I'm really just looking at Mbappe props here. I think Mbappe has had a lackluster Champions League campaign so far. And I do think that I think PSG needs this more than anyone else because apparently Mbappe is done. This is Mbappe's last year. One last ride around this crazy game here we got from PSG. So I lean PSG. I definitely love Mbappe props. If you can get any type of decent numbers on Mbappe, run him the fuck up. He is just absolutely absurdly good. I love the people that make the compilations about him fucking up because he had a bad pass that ended up in a turnover. But then they left out the part where he assisted for the win too. So, it's just little things with Mbappe. And then on the Dortmund side of it, wait for a fucking lineup. God knows who the fuck they're going to put up there. Am I going to get Adeyemi? Am I going to get Malen, Brandt? Am I going to get Royce, Fulkrug? Am I I don't know who they're going to play. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have any idea what this Dortmund coach is going to do. Maybe he's going to rotate. It seems like every week he fucking rotates his line. I'm hoping to see Adeyemi and Daniel Malen because those are my 2 boys that I like to go to. But what's his name? The English dude that plays left wing for Dortmund Gettens as well. He's been doing a good job. I can't hate. He's taking the spot of the guys I like, so it's easy for me to hate, but I can't hate on them for that. So we'll wait for the lineups for Dortmund, and then I'll have plenty of props for you guys. Again, make sure you follow us at 2 Foot Talk. Make sure you follow us at 2 Foot Talk at a young leg. We out here. Don't have lineups yet. Wait for the lineups. But yeah, PSG, do or die time. PSG has crumbled under pressure this year too, and their away record is not what it used to be. We saw what happened at St. James Park. So, but I do lean PSG here. I just think they have more to play for. Other half of that group, we have Newcastle versus AC Milan. So, what Oaks is written next to these guys? We got Newcastle can get in UCL with a win and a PSG loss. Europa League would be secured with a draw. And then you got Milan, who they need a win and a PSG loss, and a win would secure Europa League, even if PSG does win. So, a lot to play for here. Both these teams need a win. St. James Park is just a very, very tough place to go in and play in. And this AC Milan team has not proven to me that they can really go and play anywhere. Random times I'll see them playing their game and I'm like, yep, this is what I expected. Here we go. This is the Milan I believed in. And then other times it's like, yo, what the fuck happened? So we'll see what happens day of. But as far as I can say right now, Newcastle at home has been an absolute wagon. But I also have watched Trippier the last 2 matches, and he is really struggling with his one-on-one defense. This Newcastle team has to be dead fucking tired as well, since they've had absolutely no breaks, have about 12 injuries, and no rotation. So the same guys are playing almost 90 minutes every, 3 times a week. And this is the point where it gets to you. And Newcastle is not a Champions League team. They're not used to this. On top of the amount of injuries that's made it even fucking harder for them. It's actually not fair at all that they got robbed 2 weeks ago from PSG, and it fucked up their entire Champions League campaign. That referee single-handedly ruined Newcastle's entire Champions League campaign by giving a phantom penalty away. What's even worse is that UEFA came out and was like, oh, yeah, that was wrong. Cool. Well, the good news is you already fucked up Newcastle's whole season, and now they have to hope that PSG loses. So karma is against PSG, so maybe I'm not on PSG. I don't know. Give me all the Pulisic props. Trippier is going to be dealing with him, and Trippier has been getting cooked by left wings as of late. I also like Trippier to just take a shot. He takes all their set pieces. If you wanted to sprinkle him for an assist, he is leading. I don't know if he's leading the Premier League, but I do know he's top 3 in the Premier League for assist at right back. And again, he takes all their set pieces. Guimarães for fouls is going to be so easy. I can't even tell you with the likes of Eunice and Loftus-Cheek. I'm not saying those 2 are hacks, but they like to use their body. I think that's what polite people say about hacks. They like their physical brand of football. That's what they would say. I also love Loftus-Cheeks for any shot props. He does like to jack outside the box. Shot on target, shot outside the box. Yunus Musa fouls is going to be so easy. Guimarães fouls is going to be so easy. I actually don't even care who the ref is. Usually I'd be like, make sure it's not a ref, card, pussy ref. It doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't. Both those guys, hacks. There's going to be some light work. This game's going to be a great kick game, by the way. You get the red and white stripes, and hopefully we or the white and black stripes. Versus, it's kind of like watching that AC Milan Juve game, but in England. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, guys. Whoa, did I just blow your mind? Yeah, I know. And then Group H. So somehow in Group H, first place is wide open. Antwerp is mathematically eliminated. They have no fucking points and a minus 12 goal differential. And Porto and Shakhtar are sitting on 9 points. And then Barca is sitting at the top with 12 points on a 7 goal differential. So Porto, if winning by 2 goals would mean they're going to go to the top of the group. If they lose by more than 5, they would go down to Europa League. If Shakhtar wins by 7 goals, they would go to the top of the group. And a win would get them to the knockouts either way, jumping Porto. So pretty much must win. Like I said, must win game. I don't know what Barcelona is going to be doing in the meantime while they play Antwerp, because they're also just got their ass beat over the weekend, and now Xavi's like, oh well, we're in rebuild. So do you remember when they said they were back last year, and then the year before that? But now all of a sudden they're in a rebuild. So this is one of those games where I think Xavi and Barcelona are going to take control, and they're going to get a cool 2-0 win. And they're going to have possession stats and a lot of passes, probably like 600 passes. And they'll be like, see, this is Barcelona football. Leaving out the fact that they're just playing the worst team in Champions League right now. 0 wins and 12 goals against. So, or 12 goal differential. So that's just Barcelona shit. I'm not here to talk about Barcelona, though. Pedri shot on target till we die. I'm here to talk about Porto versus Donetsk. This one. Porto needs to win by 2 to top the group. I don't think they give a fuck about topping the group. We'll see if they do. I would love to see Barcelona lose that. Porto, though. So, Porto, they're in an absolute fucking battle for the league over in Portugal. I was about to say Spain, even though it's Porto. Yeah, Portugal, idiot. Anyway, Porto in a battle for their league between Sporting and Benfica, as is tradition. They're currently tied for first place. They're down by goal differential. I think just 1 goal to Sporting. Sporting, lots of time for them to focus on the league, though, because y'all ain't in Champions League. Porto, though, in Champions League, pretty good record. 10 goals, 5 against. Only 2 worse than Barcelona. Barcelona was able to eke out 1 more win than they were. So, Porto here, I mean, what can I say that's nice about Shakhtar Donetsk? I don't hate them because they did beat Barcelona. So it's just like, hey, guys, I appreciated that. Other than that, though, what am I giving credit to Shakhtar for? We don't have any type of suspensions for either of these teams. Shakhtar has no fucking injuries even. Porto, I imagine, will be playing their starting lineup, their full-strength starting lineup. So I'm looking at Taremi to score assists. I'm looking at Evan Nilsson to score assists. Eustáquio for maybe a shot on target, shot outside the box. My boy Pepe for a shot. Going to be one of the main targets in the box, Pepe. Old head. Make sure we're keeping track of that. I'm also probably going to take him for a card again, just because that's how he rolls. But I lean Porto here. Donetsk, you had a great season. You get to brag about how you beat Barcelona, but I think that might have been the high point of your season. So, again, we will see what happens with this one, but I lean Porto. And I feel like taking a Taremi goal anytime you see Porto playing and it's a plus sign, can't really go wrong with that. And those are the only games I'm touching on. The other ones are all fucking useless. And let's get into this fucking golden booty wheel, everybody. I know it's just me here, but I will still do a golden booty wheel. That's what really matters here. Now, what's even better is I'm doing the big one. So this one, we got one-man army. If you don't know what one-man army is essentially they're the only good person on their international team. So it's up for interpretation, I guess you could say. Next, we got German bull, French guy, English dude, American boy, African, Portuguese guy, Brazilian, and then miscellaneous. And then I have African and one-man army on there again. I don't know why. This must have been during an international break that I put those on, but I don't care. I'm leaving them on. So here we go. Let's get it. Yeah. African. I'm going Osimhen. Let's fucking go. Nigerian Super Eagles. We're out here, baby. Don't even fucking second guess it. My man Osimhen handling business for me. Let's get it popping. Let's see. I'll write that down. Golden Booty. Osimhen. All right, and yeah, guys, that's all I got for you. Make sure you are tuned in every Wednesday. We will be back, me and Oaks, 2 Foot Talk every Wednesday, breaking down the week slates, midweek football. Hopefully, McAfee is available this week. If not, I'm just going to push out this link, and you guys are going to have to watch me even more for some midweek football UCL talk. You can follow us on Twitter at 2 Foot Talk. That's at TWO Foot Talk. That's going to have all the picks. Whenever we go live for shows, any new merch coming out, whenever Oaks has new write-ups, Oaks has new shows, everything goes right to 2 Foot Talk. So make sure you go follow 2 Foot Talk. You can follow me at A Young Leg. Now, obviously, I have my my specific brand of gambling, which has to do with a lot of shooting and fouls, a.k.a. the exciting shit that people want to see. So make sure you follow me at A Young Leg when I have lineups, and I can give you that good shit. Yeah, make sure you guys go get some drip, tftdrip.com. Everything is linked right down below, so you can just scroll down and click. Saves a lot of time for everybody. And other than that, fuck what you heard. It's what you're hearing.